Hi guys, today's video I'm going to show you how to make a beef miso soup. Something really warming, especially when the weather is so cold. It's really simple to make. You can make it in about half an hour or so. So it's beefy, beef meatballs with miso, and we've got some pak choy in there and some noodles thrown in at the end and chili and garnishes on top, which will make it a perfect simple dinner. So let's start with our ingredients first. So we've got meatballs. Now I've already got pre-made meatballs, which is super simple to use, but you can also make your own meatballs if you want by just rolling beef mince with garlic, ginger, a bit of soy sauce, breadcrumbs and an egg, and that will help it bind. So roll them together until about 12 or so meatballs that are ready to use. You can keep these in the fridge anyway until you're ready to make your soup. So I've got miso as well, so using brown miso for a bit of a flavour, umami, that will bring it to the soup. You only need like a little bit mixed in with the broth, so we're going to be using that. I've got some veggie stock or beef stock if you have, that's great. Soy sauce, chili flakes, or fresh chili, which is great for a garnish at the end. I have some coriander and some spring onions from the garden, so I've just literally chopped them up, given them a wash, and I'm going to chop them up into smaller pieces when we garnish our soup. Onions, garlic and ginger, the basis of any kind of soup. Sounds fantastic, tastes delicious. We've got some pak choy or any kind of Chinese greens that you can use, so that's fine. And some noodles. You can have dried noodles or fresh noodles, or even if you don't have any of those, spaghetti, which is easy because sometimes we don't have, noodles in the larder, so spaghetti is fine. Right, so let's start cooking. We're going to chop everything and get our garnishes and everything ready. So all we got to do is bam, 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 and cook. Here are all our chopping ingredients. We've got some ginger, we've got onions, we've got garlic, we've got our chives or spring onions, and some coriander and our pak choy. So let's get chopping. All right, we're just going to cut these up into just little small dice, which is fine. There we go. That's our onions done. Now we've got our ginger and garlic. So with the garlic, just smush it with the back of the knife. There you go. And that easily takes the skin off. Right, so we've got your garlic and we've got our ginger. I've just taken the skin off as well. We can use a grater to just grate everything. Mind your fingers. Next, the pak choy. So we just take the pak choy. We've got this root at the end. Just chop that bit off. Okay. And then you've got all these lovely leaves here. So just give it a rinse. And then you can chop them up into pieces. And we use that in the soup, and these we'll use in the soup as well. Lastly, we're just going to dice our garnish. You can leave a few long bits there as well. And there you have it. All our ingredients are prepared. First, a little oil into our pan. Okay. And then we're going to get frying off those meatballs. Now you want to cook them for about 6 to 8 minutes just to get them brown all over. Just use your fork to flip them over every now and then. So the next thing we're going to do is add in some oil, and we're going to start sauteing our ingredients. First thing goes is our onions. So when that gets hot, we'll start to sizzle our onions up. Onions are sizzling. Then we add in garlic and ginger. Get all a good mix. Just add in those hard bits from the pak choy. Put those in. Give a good mix. So we've got our stock here. This was our veggie stock or beef stock. Give that a mix. And then we're going to add in some of our miso now. So I do about a heaped tablespoon or so in there, and give it a mix in with our broth. And that will be ready to go into our soup. Now we're going to add that stock into There we go. And give that all a good mix. And top it up with some more water. Okay, now add just a bit of soy sauce. There you go, a bit more depth of flavour goes into there. And then we're going to add our beef meatballs into the mix. Gently lower them into the soup. You can also make this with chicken, minced meatballs, that's fine, or pork meat, that's fine as well. So gently lower them in. You can see they're going to cook slowly in that soup. Next, you want to add in the noodles or spaghetti that you have. Just pop it in there and let it cook slowly. Throw in your pak choi leaves. So the soup is done. Now it's time to dish up and garnish. It's piping hot. Here we go. Looking really good. Lots of soup in there, a bit of meatballs, some noodles. And this is probably enough for about like 3 to 4 people, I think. Or 2 very, very hungry people. And I'm gonna garnish it. So we're gonna think about what we talked about earlier. We got chilies, we got some little spring onions, chives or coriander. So we can sprinkle a little bit of the chilies on top. Or if you've got fresh chilies, go for fresh chilies. Bit of chives or spring onion bits there. A couple of fronds of coriander. And that looks pretty amazing. Voila, our beef meatball miso soup is done. Looking pretty delicious. Pak choi in there, chunky meatballs. I can't wait to dig in.